Oh, we're on. G'day Andy, YouTubers. Here's my reply, I guess, to or report on Andy's excellent work that I've used with his video and his spreadsheet calculator. You can see here that I've made a variable or varied pitch auger. It's all out of mild steel at the minute. For as a test, didn't end up quite exactly how I wanted. It's only meant to be a 10mm pitch, 15 and then 20s. Check my handiwork, 30 and then 45. So, you know, it's in the ballpark. Would have liked it a bit tighter here. But what I did, I've left it in the lathe to show, is tacked it on this end, used an Allen key here and pretty much stuck it maybe about there, and then just used the carriage to suck it up and then tapped it. Tap it here, tap it there, tap it everywhere and push it out. There's a bit of an error. Sorry, I'll go back a step. Back many steps. Alright, let's start at the start. So, for the flights, I actually drew it out on the page, used the calculator and just wrote down basically a heap of random pitches that I thought might work. Drew it up, and there's my little list of what I ended up with. Where we got? Oh, one at 15. Sorry, I thought it was 10. There you go. That's why I wasn't as tight as I thought. 4 at 20. So these are the individual washes. 30, 45. Oh, that's interesting. There you go. And cut them out of 75mm 3x75mm flat bar on the bandsaw, 12mm hole in the drill press. Used a 3-inch hole saw. Hang on. Used a nut and a bolt because the nut, hex nut, fits nicely, of course, in a 3-jaw chuck. That way I could just hold with a nut and a bolt through 12mm hole, 12mm bolt, spin the plate in the chuck. 3-inch. I know it was too big, but that's the one I had. If I had a smaller one, close size, I would have used it, because it ended up, you know, destroying some tips on the was done machining anyway. It's a 3-inch hole saw, and then could machine them down to the appropriate sizes. Took it out in the 3-jaw chuck and then bored it out to the appropriate size. Obviously took a bit of doing. Very happy with my accuracy, except for one which ended up minus 0.12mm. I can't remember if it was ID or OD. I think it was ID. But mostly about 0.05 of a mil. Okay. Yes, so I took the washers, also marked a centre line to know where to cut nicely on centre. Just slice it with the angle grinder in the vise. And then held the one side of the washer loosely in the vise and just stretched it out by about 10mm pitch with a pair of pliers. Then proceeded to weld the whole lot together. Now in hindsight, this is where I was coming back to before, I think it might have been better to do them sort of just two at a time. Put it on here, get the pitch right. Yeah, maybe not even still. But what I did find is that when I dragged this out, put the Allen key in there, dragged it out, you can see still a bit, you might be able to see a bit gappy. It didn't work out too bad here on this end. I mean, look, it's worked out bloody brilliant, is what it has. A little bit gappy there. That if you can somehow, you know, push on it here, get it right for these, tack it up, and then go again. I went too much. That's what I'm trying to say. Trying to get the whole lot at once. I should have worked my way down. But really, super pleased with the way it's come up. That calculator is the business. So just, if you're wondering why, I've got these fixed pitch, set pitch, screws, counter rotating, so I've got a left and a right, and she doesn't pump. I want it to pump a paste. And what I've done with the duct tape is actually trying to decrease the area or the volume here to try and create the pressure, so it's about 3 or 4 times smaller here in area than back here. Still didn't work. I mean, it's amazing how it didn't rip the tape off. It took me quite a long time to do that tape too in the lathe. But it's still, at the end of the day, this does quite nicely. This is out of a domestic dough extruder. Not great volume, but overall pretty good. So even though this indicates that it's not really about the screw, it might be more to do with the barrel. Very short barrel, and I will show you. Come on, let's go for a walk. I should have got myself a little bit more organised. So here's my little extruder. Product down here in the hopper. But I don't know what this little raised section they've got going on is for. But this is the all of the barrel that the screw can really seal up against and create pressure. So at a minimum, I'm going to take that back to here. So it's pretty much almost doubled the barrel straight away. And you can see that this is longer here than is wide. I don't even need to be that long, so I'll bring it back even further. So I end up with the barrel 3 times the length of this punsy poofter thing there. So that is it, and then I think that's all I wanted to say on the matter. That's that 3x75 flat. It's cut up in the bandsaw. 12mm drill, so that was all pretty quick and easy. Just 75mm squares, just put in the same spot in the vise every time to didn't have to mark it out after the first one. Rough enough was good enough anyway in that situation. So yeah, thanks Andy, absolutely brilliant. Don't think I've got much more than that. I don't like to edit videos because they take time, so if I haven't said it now, it might show up in the description. Big mess. Okay, take care.